Hello, everybody. I am going to do a really quick demonstration from organizing my folders to editing very briefly in Premiere, and then exporting an MP3 so that you can know exactly what you have to do to be able to complete this assignment. All right, I'm going to do a quick screen share. And here we go. So on my folder or my hard drive, I'm going to create a folder that's going to house my entire project. So for me, I like to do the date 220901 audio homework. Inside that folder, I'm going to have other folders. So you're going to have a folder for all your audio assets. You're going to have a folder for your Premiere project. You might do Audition, but I'm going to make you do this in Premiere just because I want you to keep learning Premiere. And then you're going to have an export folder where you export all of your things. So the first thing you want to do is move the audio from your lens hopper into your audio folder. You will pop out the SD card, put it in the adapter, and then put that in a card reader, which will pop up, and you'll move the audio files into your audio folder. Once you have everything there, you can export your card, put it back in your lens hopper, put your lens hopper away, and then you will go ahead and open up Premiere. We're going to wait for Premiere to open. People who edit audio in Audition. This is a video class and you're learning video. So it's helpful to just stay within the platform that you're learning. All right, so I'm going to press new project over here. I'm going to say audio homework. I have to decide where I want to save this project. So I'm going to go to browse. And I am going to, let me hide this. Okay, I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm going to choose my audio homework and I'm going to save it in my Premiere folder. So I know where it's saving because automatically it will save to where the last person saved their project. And that might not be what you want. So I'm going to save it here and I'm going to press OK. Then down, okay, so you have your 4 quadrants. We talked about this in class. You're going to double click on the bottom and you're going to import your audio. And I'm just going to import the whole folder. So here, I'm going to be able to see my audio. Then what I like to do is to make sure that it is ordered by name so that it'll just be in chronological from when you did everything. I'm going to select them both and drag them over onto the timeline. Okay, this is really long pieces of audio from interviews. You're probably gonna have very short clips of audio, right? So it's only gonna live down here on the A1, A2, A3. If I hover, I can pull this down so that I can really see my audio. What I usually like to do when I'm editing, I like to extend all of these and I like to be in the editing window so that I have a lot more space. I usually pull everything over and then I just pull the sections that I want onto the left. So I pull everything to the right. And then as I listen to it, the things that I really like, I'll cut and then move them over to the left-hand side. So let's see, I'm going to zoom in with my plus key. Let's say I like this sound.
So you were really the first to live here as a house.
Right. So I like that. So I'm going to zoom in, cut to kind of the bottom. This is close to silence when the waveform is really low. So I might want to include that. So I'm going to cut, Command K, or use this little tool here. Get to the end of whatever sound I want.
So you were really the first to live here as a house.
I'm going to use my space bar to play and pause. And then I'm going to Command K, use this arrow to select it. And I like to Command C to copy it. I'm zooming out, going all the way to the end, Command V. So it pastes it right here, right? So what you're going to end up with is you're going to have a ton of different sounds from your day, right? You're going to have a ton of different sounds and we're just going to listen to them.
So you were really the first to live here as a house.
and you're going to have whatever it is that you're doing, right? So maybe you're cooking, or maybe you order something, or maybe you say something to your roommate, or whatever it is. I just want little snippets of your day to go quite quickly to be able to hear everything that happened, or just a section of your day, whatever you want, but make it an interesting and compelling 1 minute to listen to. All right. That's what you're going to do. If you want to do a little bit more editing, you can do a little bit more editing. I like to select everything when I have it all ordered, and I go to, I use the shortcut Command-Shift-D. What that does is it puts these constant powers, which allow you to fade from one to the next. And I usually pull them in to make them really short, because I usually work with sound. So I don't want someone talking over themselves, but you might play around with that, see what a constant power sounds like, and then play around with the sound design that you like. The other thing that you might do is, if you play something, look over here in the bottom right.
First to live here as a house.
That's pretty low. That's like -16. So you might decide that you want to select a sound, and maybe it's really quiet and you want it to be louder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press G, the letter G, and then I'm going to add numbers to it, and it will boost the audio so that when I play it,
The first to live here as a house.
it goes up to -6. So you want it to be as loud as possible without peaking. Ideally, you think about that when you're recording the audio. You set the levels on your lens hopper to be quite high, but not peaking. That's really helpful. But you can do some editing on the other side. The problem is that if you have audio that peaked, you can click on the audio, go to the letter G for gain, and do a negative number. But if you peaked, your audio levels won't have the tops of their waveforms. And so you'll be able to hear that it sounds a little electronic. So that's the assignment. Then when you are ready, I want you to make sure you have this quadrant, this bottom right quadrant selected. Then you're going to go to File, Export Media. Over here in Format, you're just going to choose MP3. You are going to click on the output name, and you're going to name it your last name. Sound. You could just put your whole name if you want to. And then you're going to export it in your export folder. And that, oops, I pressed export. That MP3, so Evie Wilson Weatherby sound, you're going to click that and drag it into the Google folder. That is what we're going to be listening to in class on Thursday. Great. Thank you so much. I'm going to show you just where it shows up. So it shows up here in my export folder. I'm just going to click this and drag it and drop it onto the Google folder. All right. I hope that helps.